is up, YouTube? This is Not PlayStation Gamer. Today, we're not talking about anything gaming related. We're talking about the new Superman movie directed by James Gunn, written by James Gunn. And I'm going to tell you guys, honestly, right out the gate, I fucking love this movie. Like, the more I actually sit back and, think about this movie, it's like, it's exactly what this new DC universe needed. It needed a kind of like this kickstart of like something a little different than what we got from the previous start of the DC universe, where we had Man of Steel, which is a debatable movie to say at least. So right out the gate, I like the fact they just basically tell us everything. Well, okay, the entire backstory of Superman. Like we're told it like immediately. We don't see it play out or anything. It's just like directly. It's like, hey, the origin story. This is what's happening. Meta-humans are showing up, and now this is the day Superman finally lost a fight. I like that. I like they start us right off at a very critical point, because in most Superman lore and I guess you say media projects, Superman's kind of like untouchable. Except for one I could think of, and it's funny enough, I actually would draw some comparisons between this universe and that universe, and that's the DC anime universe. And like I get it, like a lot of people don't want Superman to be vulnerable. They don't want to see him get his ass kicked. But I do. And here's why. Because whenever a force like Superman is so powerful that they could defeat anyone basically just by thinking it, at some point, I mean, like, if you really think about it, if Superman ever really used his heat vision, like, to the maximum capacity, he could just lobotomize someone, like we see in the DC anime universe with the Justice Lords. And it's like, there you go. All problems are solved. There's no more criminals, because they are literally incapable of thinking any violent thoughts. But I like it when I see Superman get his ass kicked, because it shows he's vulnerable. He might not die, but he's going to feel the pain. He's going to get some teeth knocked out. He's going to, get some cracked ribs and everything. I like seeing that. I also like the fact they have Krypto in here. Oh, man. If there's ever a super dog I was a fan of, it's Krypto. And this version of Krypto, he acts like a dog. Like, he doesn't act like Krypto, like voiced by Dwayne Johnson. Haha, I'm just Superman, but on 4 legs instead of 2. Like, no, he acts like a dog. He doesn't know how to behave himself. And bit of a spoiler for the end of the movie, we find out Krypto's not even his dog. We find out that he actually, Superman's been visited by his cousin, who's out going around the universe partying on planets that have red stars, because they can't get drunk on a planet that has an orange star like Earth, because their metabolism would absorb the alcohol too quickly. Like, that's actually the canonical explanation. I fucking like that. I like they got so much, kind of deep lore stuff into here without like getting like really deep. Like we're kind of getting into that like, territory of like, oh, there's probably going to be a couple other things that happen down the road. Bit of a spoiler here. Peacemaker, he makes a cameo. How does Peacemaker make a cameo when his universe is separated from this universe? Have to watch season 2 of Peacemaker to find out. Which is also going to be directed by James Gunn. So, hey, I'm happy to plug that show, because I'm excited for that show. The actor that got to play Superman does a fantastic job. The actor that got to play Lois Lane, fantastic job. Lex Luthor, fantastic job. Jimmy Olsen, fantastic job. Like, I legit, like, look at this cast. Like, I don't think there's a single miss as far as, like, the main cast goes. Like, maybe there's, like, a background actor 256 sitting there going, hey, where's Batman? So, overall, the main cast nails their job, and the supporting cast. Guy Gardner, played by fucking Nathan Fillion. God damn it, perfect casting. Because while he's a dick, he's kind of like still a very powerful dick, I guess the way to put it. Freaking Hawkgirl, played by the actress who plays Dina in The Last of Us Season 2. That's fantastic casting. Mr. Not Mr. Fantastic for... I'll just go call him Mr. Fantastic. Whatever. I don't know actually the name of the actor who played him, but I know he was actually in X-Men First Class, funny enough, and he plays the character that got killed off, so... Yikes. But, yeah, like, just the casting was perfect. The story, in my opinion, perfect. You basically see Superman get his ass kicked, and he has to learn humility. He has to learn, hey, just because you get punched down doesn't mean you stay down. And I really like that. I love all the scenes at the Kent farm. Like, that is like peak Superman for me. This completely powerful being that's capable of destroying our planet, sitting there with a dog on top of his chest, freaking just a nice little farm, and his father. I like how his father's like, I'm a man. I don't confess my feelings. But then when he's alone with his son, it's like, just so you know, Clark, I love you. It's like, I like that. I like the fact that even though he's Superman, I like just like, I like Lois Lane knows Clark Kent's Superman. And there's even like Guy Gardner makes a joke like, oh, you mean the googly glasses? Huh? Googly glasses? Yes. Well, he wears these glasses that it makes his appearance look different for other people than it does for other people. So basically, everyone looks at him like a little bit different, and it's like, is that a thing? Is that an actual thing that's in the comics? And it's actually happening here because like, it actually explains a couple of things. Like, overall, like, I got nothing really negative to say about this movie. I really don't. Like, to me, if you were to ask me, like, what's the perfect Superman movie? I'm like, this is it, man. And, like, listen, I'm not going to say it's perfect in the sense of, like, it's absolutely the best they'd ever never go watch any other movie. But it's like, if you were to ask me, like, what would you consider, like, the best Superman movie? I'd be like, that one. This one. The James Gunn one. Because it was a fun time. The only thing I think I could point to, like, maybe I've been a little nitpicky about is the action scenes are not filmed particularly well, and there's like a couple things that are just a little too convenient for me, but it's like, whatever, you know. If I accept The Last of Us Part 2, I accept a few conveniences for a Superman movie, which, you know, makes sense. I didn't notice this until like I was thinking about this movie again, because I'm not going to go pay to see it again, because, you know, tickets are expensive. But like, I don't think we see him use his heat vision a lot in this movie. And I'm like, why doesn't he use his best power? I'm like, oh, because he doesn't kill. And what I love about this whole concept of Superman is he's the person that believes in the better half of people. He believes in the good and, you know, not just humans, but aliens and everyone. He believes that everyone's capable of doing some good, almost to a naive point. That's why, you know, in the Justice League animated universe, like, that's why Batman's such a great counter to him. Because, like, Batman's a bit of, you know, I guess I say a bit of a paranoid freak. He doesn't believe in people that much. But Superman does. So it's like, it's nice to have that yin to their yang. I want to see James Gunn do a Batman movie. Get that kind of, you know, camaraderie going on. I don't know. We'll know one day when we finally get the Batman 2 script from Matt Reeves. But, like, yeah, just... it's a fantastic movie. I would definitely recommend it. I definitely think this is a great start for the new DC universe, and this is why I have a lot of hope. And ironically enough, it comes from a superhero that literally wears something that's supposed to represent hope on his back. Like, you know, his cape, his family crest is supposed to represent hope in some continuity. So it's kind of nice. You know, I'm not going to sit here, you know, trash Henry Cavill's version of Superman. But I think this guy that's playing him in this movie just did it better. But then again, the two different versions of the same character. If we're capable of having multiverse, you know, movies, there could be multiple different versions of Superman. And you know what? They could all both be awesome. At the end of the day, that's what I want. If anything else, is different versions of the similar same character with a twist. Maybe a Superman that's black and, you know, grow up in the hood and, you know. I don't know. That's just me ranting and rambling. So, yeah, go watch the new Superman movie. Fantastic movie. Highly recommend it. So, until next time, guys, this is That PlayStation Gamer signing out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube hour and BS. Peace.